All right, hey, what's going on, party people? Now, I go by the name of L'Esprit. Now, if this is your first time, welcome. Definitely a pleasure having you in. I am a spiritual healer, and technically, as a spiritual healer, what I do is that I assist other people in becoming in alignment with the person that they are. And pretty much, I do that by helping you to understand different aspects of yourself. Meaning for you to understand your emotional patterns and blockages as well as your psychology, which is pretty much, embodied your, let's just say, your intellectual conditioning. So when we're talking about your psychology, I mean, that's pretty much, you know, um, what that consists of, pretty much. And now, if you're coming back, you already know it's always a pleasure having you back. This is a Holy Communion. You already know the word. Show up with your plate. Let's break some bread. Now, this is, happy hump days. Yeah, you already know. What we do here on every Wednesdays is that we talk about the masculine and the feminine energy. All right? So it's hump days. It's only going to go down from here. Now, with that being said, before I even get into, the whole masculine and the feminine energy, excuse me, I always love to give you a little bit of background of spirituality, because as a spiritual healer, the tool that I use to assist you or to help you to become in alignment with yourself is pretty much spirituality. Now, generally speaking, a lot of people, when it comes to spirituality, they always think it's something that is either far distant from you, you know, it's not part of your life, or it's something religious. And if that's not the case, last but not least, it's definitely, well, mostly religious. That's the way a lot of people pretty much perception of what spirituality is. And last but not least, they also look at it as a belief system. Well, I mean, that is not the case at all. Spirituality is you, is your essence. It's your essence, because and all you're doing, and if you see even the Bible or anything that you're doing, or what is called the occult, is pretty much giving you a deeper understanding of who you are. Let's just say, even if you want to go into the Bible is telling you, you know what I'm saying, like, there's a lot of mixed messages if you know how to decode it, but most importantly, they're telling you about something, you know what I'm saying, okay, you are the son of God. We are the children of God. Well, what does that mean? We are made in God's image. What does that mean? Does it mean God has a pussy or God has a dick? Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm saying all of that to say, all of the occult, any type of occult studies, what they're doing essentially is giving you a deeper understanding of the person that you are. And they're doing so pretty much, especially if we're talking about the new age or the occult. They're telling you about your subconscious mind, your conscious mind, and all of that. It's just things that you already have, but they're making you aware of these things. So meaning you are spirit, you are spiritual already. But anyway, I'm not going to spend too much time on that. you know um, Essentially, spirituality now at this point tells the story of the spirit, and you become spiritual now when you acknowledge that side of you. The acknowledgement of you going like, oh shit, okay, I could see the divine essence in me. I see it. I could understand how my subconscious mind works. Shit like that. Or, you see what I'm saying? But the bottom line here is that you have activated or acknowledged that God essence in you. Then at this point you become spiritual. So it has nothing to do with, let's just say you walking around with some towel with some towel wrapped around your ass. I mean, all of that is also part of it too. And I'm not trying to, you know, what's the word that I'm looking for? I'm not trying to make it less spiritual, or I'm not trying to down talk. I mean, I'm not trying to denigrate it That's not the point. All I'm saying is it's all dandy. I mean, it's all nice. You could do all of that. However, you are spirit. So when you're seeing somebody sitting down in Indian style, or even if you're meditating, the meditation doesn't make them spiritual. But as a spiritual being, meaning they have acknowledged their spirit, their essence, then now at this point, they understand how beneficial it is for them to actually meditate. That's all that is. But it's not the action that the act of doing it doesn't make you more conscious or less conscious. Now, as you being conscious, that's what you do. And a lot of people meditate and, okay, nice. Keep up the good work. You're not doing anything wrong. You're not hurting anybody. So why the fuck not, nigga? Shit. Is it working out for you? Well, you keep doing it. But the bottom line of what I'm saying, I'm not saying it's either it's good or bad. All I'm saying is that you are spirit. And everything else derives from you being spirit. Now, we created fucking religion. Religion didn't create us. That's why, you create your God, whether you like it or not. We all have created our own God. And based on the God that we created, it has become part of our daily life. It defines our lives. You know what I'm saying? Even if you were to be, okay, let's just say, okay, you just want to be fair, and, you know what I'm saying, you're saying, when I really think, I look around, and, I could tell there's something higher than me. In essence, we have always been in search of something higher than us, which is also our divine essence. Because the shit that we're looking for, it's in us. Is it not? So anything higher that anybody's actually looking for, or since creation was created, just like, I had this small thing where I said, it's still the same shit. We have created our own God. Now, based on your level of consciousness, your interpretation of your God is going to be different. So just to go back to the this actual example that I was using, let's just say you like, okay, well, just like a house was actually built by an architect or a man, the universe had to be created by someone. Well said, and I'm with you. However, that perspective also comes from you. There's no way you can't put your ass out of this. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't believe me, well, there is such a thing as a fucking atheist. They have the same mind as you. In fact, they know a house was actually built by a fucking man or an architect. So that's not their issue. Do you see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, regardless on how, let's just say, fair or logical you want to be, that logic is coming out of you. In so many words, that's the reason why a lot of people are telling you common sense. There's, and common sense, because not everybody has it, which totally makes sense. So you are the creator of your life, believe it or not. Believe it or not, baby. You got it, Ranger. But anyway, it's Wednesdays. I mean, I always love to, pretty much, especially if this is your first time, just so you have a broader understanding of what spirituality is. And most importantly, so you understand, the tool that I use for me to do exactly what I do, So if you see it that way, meaning that spirituality at this point, it's your regular life. It's you taking a shit. It's like this mundane life is the foundation of your spirituality. Your humanity is your spirituality. Because all your growth, everything you need to understand is going to come from this life. You have to forgive your mom, you have to forgive your dad, or you got to learn whatever the fuck it is. And I had a post where I was talking about, what was I talking about? I talked about a whole bunch of bullshit. But anyway, pretty much essentially, I was saying, we all need one another. Everybody can, bring something to your life, good or bad. Now, your level of understanding how good or how bad it is has to do with your state of consciousness. But anyway, that would be for a whole different conversation. Now, we're here to talk about the masculine and the feminine energy. Now, as a disclaimer, as always, if you're looking to, if this is not the battle between the sexes, this is not, like for you to get games on how to, I don't know, how to dominate. You know what I'm saying? Who got the biggest dick? You know what I'm saying? That's what you're looking for, player. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got that for you. I got something else, though. You know what I'm saying? Because, anyway. And I guess the second disclaimer is that, like I always tell people, a romantic relationship is not your whole fucking life. It's an aspect of you, just like everything else is a big aspect of you. Your kids, you know what I'm saying? Everybody brings something to the table. We all need one another. Do you see what I'm saying? In fact, that's what I was talking about, the whole namaste. Not just the definition, but the bigger picture behind it. Because the bigger picture behind it is not necessarily to let you know that, okay, you are conscious, but it's more like to let you know. That's why they say it to everybody. I mean, whether you're conscious or not, but most importantly, especially to those who are not conscious, this is just an act of you letting them know, even if you don't know who you are, I know who you are. But most importantly, it's also an act of unity. It's you not separating yourself from them because you understand that we are all one. To the divine, all is divine. To the pure, all is pure. And as you pretty much starting to get in touch with your divine essence, trust me, you're going to see it around you like I do for me personally. Even nature, I see God everywhere. I feel like I could see it. Like I'm surrounded by this fucking energetic field. Oh, this is all mental, baby. Do you see what I'm saying? But anyway, now what the fuck was I talking about? Masculine and the feminine energy. Now, the conversation tonight, we're going to be talking about, how important it is for you to trust, either your masculine or your feminine partner more than the masculinity in you if you are a feminine. And if you're a masculine, you got to trust her femininity, more of her feminine than your femininity. But anyway, we're going to break it down. What do I mean by that? First of all, let's start here. We all have a masculine and a feminine energy in all of us. However, the male is a representation of that masculine energy. However, it doesn't mean that there's no femininity in you. However, but the masculinity is what is predominant. And of course, you could see it. I mean, that's why you could see a masculine man can act like a lady. Niggas that are doing all those theatrical bullshit. I mean, I shouldn't say bullshit. Who are wearing dresses and all of that shit, they are activating, because if it has to be in them for them to act that way. Do you see what I'm saying? So therefore, as you know, we all have it. It's the same thing for the feminine energy. You know, like they could do the same thing that niggas are doing. But now, you know, and in fact, the whole feminine or the feminist movement, that's what the shit is all about. They're letting men know, hey, listen, I could do what you do. Can they? Yeah. I mean, is it gonna be as efficient as you? Definitely not. But but that's not the point. The fact that they telling you they can do it and they have done it, you know, a lot of feminine energy, especially now, a lot of women are more career driven. And Oprah, just like I always talk about, is a perfect representation of that. And for her to maintain her career now, you know, like the shit that niggas would actually do, I mean, as a female, she cannot have kids because she would have to carry those kids. That would have to make her weak. Because at the end of the day, you cannot fake the funk. You could do whatever the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying? You could do whatever the fuck you want. You cannot fake the funk, baby. So because of that, at that point, you know what I'm saying, it makes sense for what she represents, for her not to have fucking kids, because that would actually make her weak. Because carrying a kid for 9 months, then after that she would have to, you know what I'm saying, probably have to sit down for a few months. You cannot have that. She got to be hard. Go get him, Oprah. You know what I'm saying? Go get him. So she had activated her masculinity, and she's a representation of that. You know, she's a feminist. Even if I don't know if she says it or not, I mean, I would highly doubt her not saying that. But if she doesn't say it, she doesn't have to say it. Her career shows it. And now she's what? A representation, not necessarily a representation. What's the word that I'm looking for here? She's an inspiration for all of the, you know, feminine, masculine, driven femininities. You know, that's what you got to do. So that's why a lot of you now, you know, you put your career first, you know, then you'll have kids a little bit later. You have activated, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm just telling you, like, it's all around us. You know, this is the era, this is the state of mind that's been given to pretty much a lot of us. Oh, by the way, before I even I already got started, there's a young lady, her name is Alexis. Check her out, she's very good. Very, very good. April Mason and a couple of other sisters who are actually talking that real shit. You know, in terms of, in fact, she had this quote on her page, speaking of Alexis, because she's all about the feminine energy. And I really, really admires her quote. She says, a woman who's not in her femininity is not in her power. That was fucking, whoa. Nothing else needs to be said. In other words, what she's saying is, with my Haitian ass, if I'm going to translate what she's saying, because I love translations, you know, clarification, she's telling you Oprah is not truly as powerful as she thinks she is. Because she's not in her essence. Because for her to be in her fucking essence, then, well, have kids and still do that. Do the women shit and still be able to do that. Now, that's something else. Do you see what I'm saying? So the feminist is pretty much, you know what I'm saying, that's why there's a guy named Brother Panic, and I love the way he says that. He says, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to be better men. Yo, listen, I don't think this can be said any better way than that. A lot of you know what I'm saying, the feminists are just trying to be better men. So how can you be in your power? But anyway, what I was saying is, to start, is for you to understand and for you to see how, in the male, such as myself, I have both energies inside of me. I have the masculine energy that could be my, masculine essence, which is predominantly more masculine. And then you have, what I'm saying? But that's not always the case. You can also know how to balance it. But anyway, let me not get ahead of myself here. It was just mainly for you to understand that you have both genders or energy in you. And that's what the yin and the yin represents. So on a individual plane or level, you represent that. Now, when you come together with the feminine energy, you also representing that. So you got to look at it as a big spiral, right? And now, what the gays are actually showing us, and just so you understand how critical, because the masculine and the feminine energy is all around us. It is an energy that exists in nature, in our body. Again, we are all fucking one. To understand yourself is to understand God, is to understand nature. To understand nature is to understand yourself. That's why a lot of our fucking ancestors, they worship nature, not nature per se physically, but what nature represents, the energy behind it. Because they understand this is a fucking illusion, just as you are a fucking illusion. But anyway, it's all connected here. So let's get back to, now that you understand you have both genders in you, and even the gays, lesbians or gay guys, they are a perfect depiction of showing you. Even a homosexual, which means same sex, there gotta be a masculine, there gotta be a feminine. That's what they're showing you. The lesbian side, they have the doughboy, whatever the fuck, and then you have the feminine. For a sexual union to occur, and by sexual union, I'm talking about, it could be sexual desires as well. It is definitely that. But what I'm also saying, too, in terms of, union, the masculine and the feminine gotta come together. And gay people, for the sake of their sexual desires, they also have to activate those different sides of them. And one of them has to be either masculine, the other one got to be the feminine. And that is exactly what it is. So when you're breaking up with somebody, or when you no longer, attracted to someone, you have depolarized, meaning the masculine and the feminine, you have taken it apart. And that's what happens in a lot of relationships. Let's just say after 20 years, 30 years, that's where you'll see people tell you, hey girl, you make sure you always please them. Make sure you always wear those little things. Because what you're doing is, as the feminine energy, is that you're keeping him aroused. But most importantly, they don't say it to you in those terms. Because, well, maybe they don't know how the masculine energy works, or maybe the understanding behind it, but they understand. Listen, what I'm saying? Once in a while, man, like, even though you're married and shit, what I'm saying? You got to make sure, you wear your lingeries, please your men, your men, make sure you keep doing the same thing you guys did when you guys first met. Because it was the masculine and the feminine at play. All day, every day. You know what I'm saying? Then over time, you get to depolarize that shit. That's why it's important for you to understand you have to maintain that masculinity and that femininity going. And that's the biggest lesson, even in gay people. Again, depending, it's all about how you're looking at it. It's not what you're looking at or how much of it you're looking at. In fact, if you look a little bit closer, you may not see anything. It's all about the way you're looking at things. It's always been quality over quantity, baby. And quality is a special. It's a special view, man. It's just different ways of looking at things. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? So, ooh, excuse me. Now that we understand how vital, how important, I mean, we understand about the masculine and the feminine energy, the role that they play. Well, I didn't talk so much about the role that they play, but that's not the point that I'm making tonight. But just to give you a quick rundown, like the masculine, it leads, it direct, it seeks for freedom, competition. That's why we love games. Game is competition. And whenever you see a bunch of dudes around, nigga, it's either they betting on something, there's some shit going on. That's just what we're seeking that thing, you know what I'm saying? That elevation, that freedom. That's the way we express ourselves. That's our love. Because love, I'm not referring to just being just romantic, but love is to open yourself up. Meaning when you're following your career, I mean, not your career, I meant to say your purpose, your talent. I mean, all of these things. It gives you a sense of direction. That's your freedom. That's why, especially for the masculine energy, it's important for you to know what your purpose is. Because through your purpose, it's going to give you a sense of life. That's how you become true to yourself. When you know your purpose, you become true to yourself. And that's why your purpose should always come first. And the good thing about being true to yourself is that you're not going to be false to nobody else. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, let's just say if you're a fucking artist, right? You got to get on the road. You're not going to do that. You got to stay with your girl. Oh, baby, I love you so much. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to stay home with you instead. Nah, nigga, your career comes first. If you got to do whatever kind of art that you're doing, now that doesn't mean you don't love her. In fact, if you follow your purpose, you would have a greater appreciation for her. They say, do what you love, you find the one you love. Come on now. See, life is a game, my players, all my players. How are you playing it? Some of us think we're playing a game of life while you're playing yourself. You don't want to play yourself. You don't play the game, baby. You know what I'm saying? And the game, just like with any type of game, there are codes. There are a certain way you do certain things. And that's what the codes are. And that's why, when I use the term player, not in the sense of the bullshit, the lame shit, trying to get pussy, and that shit is empty to me. Or just, you know what I'm saying, like, there's nothing in you, like, you just to come? Just to bust a nut, my nigga. I mean, shit, but granted, when you find that person, shit, nigga, trust me, that nut you looking to bust, you're going to bust that shit even greater and better. But you know what I'm saying? Again, you got to be true to yourself. That's how you got to open yourself up. But anyway, let's get back to the original conversation of what you're saying here. Now, okay, so as a masculine, having both masculine energy and my feminine energy balance, meaning that I'm able to use both of them, it makes me also psychologically balanced. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you imagine a nigger like who like nigga? If you feel like crying, nigga, cry. Because if you don't, you're gonna be psychologically not balanced, nigga. So again, to acknowledge and to use both of your masculine energy and the feminine energy is a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful thing. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. I'll use the example of myself. The man that I am is not the man that my dad was. And it's not because I'm better than him. It's not because of none of that shit, or he was better than me. But it was because, I mean, I'm trying to show you also the evolution of the masculine energy. We have seen it, you know, especially in this European culture, because a lot we've been colonized in this fucking culture, right? Of course, you know, part of Africa too. But what you're calling, like, let's just say the, you know, the like the fucking shaman, or the people, you know what I'm saying, that are living, you know, the like the country people, you know what I'm saying, their traditions are different. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying, it's the same thing with the fucking ego. The ego, the only reason why motherfuckers are even talking about ego, it's a conversation, is because of the way we've been conditioned. You know, fucking, you've been taught or trained to be greedy. We worship motherfucking businessmen. Businessmen are fucking celebrities. You know, this is what rich people do. Then everybody want to be rich. You know, this is all fucking hero. Those niggas are your fucking heroes. Hard work. Just go get it. Again, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just imbalance when you don't see the divine in you. And when you see the divine in you too, then, you know, you don't even look at it this way. It's like when you see God in yourself, you're not going to worship somebody else but yourself. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, when you, trust me, if you don't know what I'm saying, or you don't understand what I'm saying, shit, I mean, you may not even want to trust me, but listen, I know what I'm talking about. But anyway, let's circle back. There you go again. So now, yeah, I was talking about, yeah, like, I'm taking perfect example with my son. I changed this motherfucker's diapers. I kissed the motherfucker. Come here, little nigga. You know what I'm saying? And it's healthy for me. I feel whole, to be honest. My daughter, I changed her diapers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm good. So that evolution for us as men, you know what I'm saying? I remember at 16, I started wearing fucking earrings and shit. I mean, I don't do that anymore. I mean, it was just a phase. But whatever the situation, that was the femininity in me. You know, guys like Michael Jackson, the way they were singing. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, Mike was way out there. But, again, you know, it's not to criticize him. I love the guy. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm saying in terms of femininity. But, again, he was not gay, as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I've, you know, been hearing. You know, of course, there's a bunch of fucking rumors. I personally don't think it was gay. You know what I'm saying? Nor even Prince. Prince took that shit on a whole other level too. Not just the hair and all that shit. This motherfucker used to wear high heels. And from what I hear, man, this motherfucker loved bitches like a motherfucker. But what he was doing is, you know, he was expressing his femininity and had no shame about it. So for a lot of us men, our growth and evolution is very healthy for us. So now we're able, like, for me, when I do that for my son, you know, I have dreads, long hair. All of those are feminine traits that I'm fucking projecting. But there's nothing in me that's, you know what I'm saying, that wants to go on that other side. We good, baby. We good. So again, this is not about dick and pussy here. We're talking about energies. And as a spirit, those energies are part of you or in you. Not to say they're all you. I don't want to scare you too much. You know what I'm saying? Again, we are a spirit. All you gotta do is just being born, baby. From the time you were born, crying and doing all that shit, learning how to walk, that's just the spirit expressing itself. And if you're truly paying attention, you could see, even as a baby, you paying attention, it's like, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of shit that are taking place. Shit, like, I'll give you a shit. Like, my son, before that nigga was born, that nigga, he like, yo, nigga, what's up, man? I'm coming down. Nigga give me his name and everything. But anyway, I mean, I don't want to spook you too much, you know what I'm saying? But depending on, you know what I'm saying, because it's like that for me. I'm highly connected on. Listen, man, I love it. Those are my people, man. That's why we here. I'm the spirit ambassador, man. We come here to, you know what I'm saying, tuck some shit, change some shit around. You know what I mean? But anyway, so it's very healthy to have a great balance of your masculine and the feminine energy, as you can see the evolution of the masculine energy. Like, the shit that I'm doing wouldn't be the same shit that my dad would be doing. Shit, I don't know. Like, this nigga, as far as I'm concerned, that nigga never hugged me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'll get a handshake. In fact, that's exactly what we do, and that's it. I'm not saying it's better, it's not saying it's bad, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And can you imagine how weird it would be too? But again, this has to do with the society that we're living in. And you got to keep that in mind, this European perspective, this European world that we are. Fact that we were being born here, our ancestors, that the whole, you know what I'm saying, that's, you know what I'm saying. Now, my shit is to take you motherfuckers out of that shit. Out of that, you know what I'm saying, pattern. Because some of our ancestors has been passed down to us. That generational pattern. It has not been stopped. I'm putting a stop on that shit, nigga. I am that stop. Stop. You feel me? Now, but anyway, so it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. Now at the same time, the same thing was also happening on the other side with my feminine energies, right? Then at that point, you got Oprah. Their evolution led them to becoming Oprah because there's a lack of feminine essence. Because whenever, you know what I'm saying, their masculinity had taken over their femininity. And I don't understand why they call it feminist, but hey, it makes them feel good. I guess they're saying we just don't have a dick. The feminine and the feminist movement, these are niggas who are saying we don't have a dick. That's it. I get it now. That's all it is. We could get pregnant. We don't have a dick. You know what I'm saying? But we're masculine like a motherfucker. So again, their evolution has led them to become that. And that's when you see, you know what I'm saying, all the whole Beyonce shit, you know what I'm saying, which is great, as they are, you know what I'm saying, there's nothing wrong with them being in touch with their masculinity. It's beautiful too. However, they lost track. Versus us now, on the other hand, we could do all of our feminine shit, but we stay on our masculine shit. Because I don't give a fuck. I mean, not that I know of, but regardless of how feminine a guy may be, I know for me, let's just say, right, I have the long hair, I'm my intuition is highly, nigga, I'm just in tune, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm not watching soap opera for your ass. There's nothing, like I don't want to have a pussy. Like there's nothing a bitch has that I want. The only side of me that I'm expressing that could be feminine is the side of me. It's part of my, because I have both sides of me. Other than that, it stays there. That's what makes me balanced. But that's what also took place for a lot of us. I mean, of course, if you're gay, that is totally different. But I'm talking about, if you're not gay. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? At 16, a lot of my friends too, like back in high school in Jersey, everybody have their fucking earrings on, you know what I'm saying? Niggas looking good, dressing up, doing all that shit, right? Those are all feminine traits. Because the feminine, naturally, they gotta be radiant. So part of them dressing up, showing off that shit, that's a feminine trait. And a lot of us guys, you know what I'm saying, we also explore the same shit too. When a nigga's looking pretty, well, nigga, But again, it makes you balance because you're not trying to be like a fucking bitch. You're just trying to, you're just expressing that femininity in you. Okay, I just don't think I need to spend more time on that, but you get the point though. You know what I'm saying? And how, Oprah represent, baby. You feel me? You know what I mean? Yeah, there you go. Go get it. So, now, that's why a lot of the young lady I was talking about, she's looking to have that balance. You can have a career and still maintain your femininity. But that's what they got to do, right? That's, what I'm saying? And I'm glad, I'm seeing a lot more of the true feminist, what I'm saying? My sisters coming out, talk your shit. I love that shit. That shit turns me on too. Just so you know, nigga. What? Alexis, what's up, baby? How you doing? You know what I'm saying? And she's fine too. Badass bitch. Fuck with Haitian niggas, baby? What up? Holla at your boy. But I'm saying all of that to say, right? I love, the fact, China White, another one too. That nigga's wild. Big up to you, mommy. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with this bitch. You know what I'm saying? So, again, you know what I'm saying? It's all about balance. So now, if you're fully balanced, that's why it's important for you to come with somebody else who's fully balanced too. Because what's going to happen is, you know what I'm saying, let's just say, no, wait a minute. I think I'm getting ahead of myself here. So now, when you get into a relationship, fact that you have both masculine and feminine energy in you, now as you becoming together with the feminine energy, which is predominantly feminine, then now what you want to do at this point is to enjoy the femininity in her, through her. That's how you guys are becoming one. That's why they telling you, you know what I'm saying, like, you got to be more, you know what I'm saying, it's the same thing. That's why for my ladies, you got to trust the masculinity in your men more than your masculinity in you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only way for it to work. You know what I'm saying? So the only reason why Oprah wouldn't be with a nigga, even, she got a nigga, like she's having nigga shit. Technically, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know if you want to call that love. I don't know. This is beyond me. But what I'm trying to say is, at this point, it's like, you know what I'm saying, it's like, that's why you got to have the positive and the negative energy, right? So if she's in her, I mean, can you imagine a man going to tell her what to do? Not on fucking Oprah's watch. That shit ain't gonna fly, nigga. It ain't gonna fly. And that's why that's exactly what you'll see too with a lot of my sisters, the sisters who are more masculine, you know what I'm saying, what they telling you, you know what I'm saying, why would I need a man for? I could get it myself. You know what I'm saying? And that shit do not make sense. Because like I always tell people, right, if you jerk off, right, I mean, shit, I know for me, I ain't shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I don't give a fuck what type of Vaseline that you're using, what type of lotion that you're using, shampoo, whatever the fuck, soap, whatever the fuck. This shit will never be the same as pussy, my nigga. Now, I don't know about the toy shit, the fake pussy shit. I don't use that. But if you do, let me know if that shit is like pussy or better than pussy. You're not going to find that. Same thing, too. You know what I'm saying, my ladies? You know what I'm saying? I know you got your toys. Yeah. I know it vibrates. You know what I'm saying? And all that. But when you have that dick inside of you, that shit is hard. Nigga. You know what I'm saying? That human touch, that energy, it cannot be duplicated, man. It cannot be replaced. I mean, it definitely. I mean, you know, there's imitation of it. That's why those are. There's reasons why they are actually imitations. So I'm saying all of that to say, you know, like you cannot be better than a man. There's no way you're gonna be that. And me as a masculine energy, there's no way I'm gonna be better than a fucking female, or better than a feminine. I can't do what you do better than her. That's her essence. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? Can I do what she does? Of course. Obviously, the gay guys were doing it. And shout out to LGBTQ, you know what I'm saying? Because, hey, nigga, I ain't looking for smokes. I'm too cool to catch cold, baby. This is all educational purposes. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I ain't got time for no bullshit. So, what the fuck was I saying? So, yeah, exactly. So, I was saying that not only, you know what I'm saying, it's like, you can't do it. Another way of me saying this is, would you like your man to be more feminine than you? You wouldn't want your man to be more feminine than you. I know for me, I don't want my woman to be more masculine than me. So, therefore, what I'm also saying here, too, is that I appreciate, and that's why when they talk about, you know, I appreciate you for who you are. It's your essence that I'm looking for. That's why you got to be true to yourself. And vice versa, when a woman is telling you, yo, I need a man. I want you to act like a man. I want you to be a man. So meaning, it's not, you know what I'm saying, she wants you to be you. And that's what turns her on. Because she understands subconsciously, for this thing to work, baby, you know what I'm saying, you got to be fully activated. And that's why for a lot of my masculine energy, you got to find your purpose. That's very important because your purpose gives you a fucking direction. It helps you to be clear-headed or clear-minded. Although you may not know where you're going or where you're going to end up, but you got a sense of direction. You stand for something. If you don't have that, you're going to fall for anything. You got no fucking direction. So therefore, you're not in your element. How can you guide someone else? How can you be a leader for her? It doesn't make sense. And she's going to sense that. She's going to feel it. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's important for you to be with someone who's worthy. Because you don't want to cheat yourself. Don't be with anybody where that you're not in. If you're not enjoying that person, do not be with that person. Well, I'm not giving you orders. I mean, shit. I'm just saying from educational purposes. You could shit yourself all you want. It's your motherfucking self. But as a spiritual healer, for those of you who's looking to be in touch with who the fuck you are, you can't listen, man. You know that's worshiping idols. What are you doing? I don't know. You wilding. Because it's important for you to actually be with somebody that's worthy. Worthy of your time, worthy of your love. So a lot of us, unfortunately, that's where it's important for you to understand yourself. Self-knowledge is important because at this point it would allow you, that's why they're telling you it's all, this life is, your survival kit is knowledge. Everything it's all mental. That's why the Mayans or the Indians call this a motherfucking Maya, the land of the fucking illusions. Again, that's why the purpose of you being here is for you to know yourself. Not for you to know if you could do magic, you could have an altar. All of that is nice. It's just nothing but a projection of what you already is. But the bottom line is, that's why the name of the game is consciousness. You need to reach the Godhead, enlightenment, the Christ, Buddha. So now, as you are uniting with the feminine energy, the point or the purpose is for you to experience now at this point. That's where she's cooking for you. You know what I'm saying? Whereas you can, shit, nigga, I cook for myself, but if I'm going to have a bitch, you going to cook for me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like you, if you're feminine energy, you know what I'm saying? Let's just say you should take out the trash. If you got a man, you're still taking out the trash? Why the fuck do you need a man for? If you got a man, you're still taking out the trash, nigga, you playing yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, you should be experiencing your masculinity through him. That's why he's guiding you. But if your femininity is not in balance, therefore that's not going to happen. Because two masculinity do not go together. It's not going to happen. That's why for me, I know I could tell you that I've never seen a tomboy that I'm like, I want to fuck. But now if she dresses differently, we might have something else. I've seen bitches like, you know what I'm saying? And then there's a lot of fucking kits where these niggas are showing you like fucking lesbians and shit, like the tomboys, right? But then when they dress sexy, you're like, whoa, was that you, girl? What's up? Let me holler at you real quick. What? You know what I'm saying? So all of that. Also, I'm showing you how the feminine energy, it's all about radiance. It's y'all bitch, y'all the light of the world. You the light of my world, bitches. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta stay in that femininity though. So, what the fuck was I saying? So now, yeah. Again, that's why you can never get rid of gender roles. And here's something else too. I felt like the evolution was great. Just like I'm saying, like, you know, like even if I'm using myself, I'm not the same man that my dad was. Now I'm able to explore my femininity. You know what I'm saying? So many different artists or people, which is great. Now it's getting to a point where now people are trying to get rid of genders or gender role. You can't do it. It's not going to happen. I mean, not that it can't happen. It can happen, but you're not gonna have. There's not gonna be sexual desires or a sexual, some type of sexual connection. It's not gonna happen. And by sexual, not just the acts of sex, but I'm also referring to the union of a masculine. If you in your alpha mode, there's no way you're gonna be with a motherfucking other, like with a fucking tomboy. You're not doing that. Or at least, shit, let me just speak for myself then. I know I'm not fucking doing that. Even if I am in an island where there's only two of us there, uh, but again, the minute she, you know what I'm saying, she takes off those baggy jeans, puts something sexy, you got my eyes, girl. Like, whoa. You know what I mean? You can't get rid of gender roles. And as you understand that, as the masculine energy, now being in a relationship, you have to understand how to communicate effectively with that feminine energy. That's what when we're talking about they are emotional. Now, emotional doesn't mean that they're stupid. No, 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 no. It means that, they act based on their emotions. And as we all know, emotions could go up, could go down, middle, right, left. So in 1 minute, she could tell you yes, and the very second later, she could tell you no. She's not crazy, and she's always telling you the truth because that's how she felt then, and this is how she's feeling now. Both true. Now, us, on the masculine sense, we're logical. We got, we see things differently. That's why you cannot, because I'm seeing, you cannot argue with a bitch logically. What the fuck are you doing? And what I've been seeing is a lot of guys are looking at women trying to be logical. Or like, I can't understand why you don't understand it. Yeah, that's because she's not logical. That's why she doesn't understand it that way. And trust me, emotional doesn't mean stupid at all. There's a lot of fucking intelligence in it. So much so now today's, there's something called EQ, which is emotional intelligence. Look into it. You must be out of your mind. Those motherfuckers are smart as fuck. And that's why even within yourself, you need to combine your intellect, which is the masculine energy in you, with your feminine energy, which is your creativity, your intuition. They have to come hand in hand for you to be whole, for you to be balanced. Again, I'm showing you a different depiction of that eternal spiral around us of the masculine and the feminine energy. Is all around us, and it's also being manifested in different levels. Oh, there's a whole bunch of orgies around you, nigga. There's sexual union. You can never get rid of a gender role. Now, depending on which layers that you're looking at it, you're gonna get the same result, nigga. They gotta go hand in hand. So what you're doing is, that's why you got to go beyond your boundaries. Now, when you're going beyond your boundaries, I'm sorry, meaning as a masculine energy, I have my masculinity and my femininity well balanced. Now I need to go beyond my boundaries. Now I need to experience that femininity in her, and I'm going to in ways I've never experienced it before, because you cannot beat her at her motherfucking game. You know what I'm saying? You could pleasure yourself, but it's never going to be the same when somebody touches you, nigga. Especially if those soft hands, nigga. Woo! Please don't stop. You could touch me all over, baby. It is what it is, my nigga. You can't beat that, baby. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if you do kung fu, whatever the fuck you do, nigga. You can never beat that. So that's why, in so many words, right, you have to trust, you know, if you're a masculine, you got to trust her femininity more than you. I mean, not really trusting, but it's like you have to experience that through her. You fully got to let go. You fully have to experience it through her. And that's what she's doing now when she's dancing for you, when she's cooking for you, when she's doing all of that shit. Now you are experiencing, because that femininity is also in you, now you're experiencing that through her. And vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Can she raise kids by her fucking self? Yes. Can she protect herself? What was that movie that just came out? The fucking Woman King. Can the fight? Yes. You can do all that, baby. It's all yours. However, is it going to be as efficient as you on a popular scale? Now, you know, they may be good, you know, again, you know, you have your weak men's, even in men too, we have different layers, right? That's why you have your alpha male, you have your beta males too. And let me tell you, man, like, these guys have it worse, man. You got to understand. That's why they got to use money. I mean, I sympathize with y'all. You know what I'm saying? They got to do what they got to do, man. I get it. If not, you know what I'm saying, they don't attract. Truly attract. You know, they just got to do extra. You know what I'm saying? When you got it, baby. If you don't, it's all good. You didn't do anything wrong. You just don't have it. But anyway, to get back to the conversation here, it's important for you not only, you know, that's why you got to find someone worthy, man. Don't cheat yourself. You deserve the best, baby. You know what I'm saying? Which is yourself. You owe it to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's how truly, and that's what the spiritual life is pretty much all about. You know what I'm saying? Having the knowledge with the experience, now they become one. Because we are more than just a sex shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how you being aroused by it. You know what I'm saying? It gives you, that's how a female makes you better. Because you able to, you know what I'm saying, and vice versa too. Come on, niggas, I'm saying everything here. That's how a bitch make your life better. You gotta make sure she's worthy too, though. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a female like Oprah, you know what I'm saying, she represent that, you know what I'm saying, masculinity. So therefore, you know, if you're a masculine guy, it's not going to work. And she's not going to trust the masculinity in you anyway. You know what I mean? She's not going to trust it. And that's exactly what happens when a lot of female in this evolution are career driven. Because now they become a competition with you. I mean, it all started with the battle between the sexes, too. That's already a fucking competition in itself. Not understanding true love, not being... Oh, it's all toxic, man. The whole shit's fucking toxic. It's trash. You know, like, when you understand it, like, it was people who's not open. Now, they're normalized playing games. You know what I'm saying? Not even a true game. You're losing at your own game. You're playing a game that you're losing at. You're losing at your own games. You get a man, you don't even fucking love the men. Therefore, you don't know what your capabilities are. There's certain life experiences that you don't fucking have. You'll never have. And you'll never be fulfilled. Nor go beyond your boundaries either. Because now you're with someone that you can control. You know what I'm saying? And we all know for you to elevate, you have to be uncomfortable, right? Isn't that what people are saying? The more uncomfortable you are, that's how we grow. So, Nate, you playing yourself and you're losing yourself. Now, playing yourself is one thing, you know what I'm saying? Then you losing at it too. What kind of game are you playing? What kind of game are you playing? You know, I guess you're just looking for company. So a lot of us are pretty much just experiencing life, but you're not living your life. There's no power. There's no worthy in you. Like, you're not the salt. Like, there's this, nigga, you bland. Like my man said, who raised you? Who the fuck raised you? What's that nigga name? I can't recall his name. But funny ass motherfucker. Who raised y'all? I get you now, player. Who raised y'all? You know what I'm saying? But again, I just don't want that to turn to be that way. What I'm truly saying is, you know, we all can elevate, right? We all can learn. You know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, I didn't have that knowledge either. Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't want it to turn into like, you know what I'm saying, I'm putting niggas down. No. That's not what we're doing. It was convenient, it was said, but the purpose is for you to actually have a bigger, you know, to be more conscious of what's taking place around you. You know what I'm saying? Because, well, I'm a spiritual healer. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm here to give you the light. I'm here to give you that sight, baby. We're giving sights to the blinds. That's what this is. This the intention behind that. It's to for you to see the bigger picture. I'm not coming at you niggas. You know what I'm saying? Y'all good people. You know what I'm saying? Who raised y'all? But anyway, so you know that's why it's important as you becoming in union with the feminine energy. You know, you gotta live by you living your femininity to her. It's you trusting her femininity more than the femininity in you. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's how she's giving you something that you don't have. You know what I'm saying? That's how you able to expand your world. And trust me, man, like every real niggas know that shit too. Like when you find the real one, nigga, you're gonna be flying out here, man. That's how Neo was flying out there. You know what I'm saying? When that bitch give you that, you know what I'm saying? But she gotta be in her power though. And she's gotta be worthy. So you want a bitch that you fucking love, nigga. You know what I'm saying? She's got to choose you. She's got to be down with you. Not a bitch you're trying to get with money, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Save your money, dog. Save your money. You know what I'm saying? And a bitch that fucking fuck with you too, man, she will protect your money too. Here's something else. A bitch that fuck with you, I'm talking about you, your essence. You know what I'm saying? That's not down with you and getting, you know what I'm saying? She'll protect your money, bro. Trust me. I've been there. Trust me. She'll protect your money, man. In fact, she probably won't even see money in you, nigga. She'll see the light that you are. Because that's what arouses her. That's what turns her on. When they're saying, you know, women like bad boys, it ain't necessarily the bad boys that they're truly like. It's that masculinity. Because you got to look at the fucking outlaw. What do these motherfuckers do? Now, are they doing the right thing? Probably not. But they're not afraid of being who the fuck they are. You know, if it's the fight, they're not afraid of doing that. That shit is a turn on for the feminine energy. That's why you got to have a sense of purpose. You find the thing you love. I mean, you do what you love, you find the one you love, baby. It goes hand in hand. And as you expressing yourself too, you showing your beauty. You know what I'm saying? Hey, ladies. Y'all like what y'all see, huh? You know what I'm saying? You gotta be worthy, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I just gotta come closer, you know what I'm saying? You gotta love yourself first, you know what I'm saying? And be in your femininity. You'll be good. That's all we're saying. And I'll fuck the shit out of you too. I'll love the shit out of you. Come on, man. We fucking with a real player, nigga. I'm not here to lose. I'm not losing. I refuse to lose, nigga. I'm not here to lose at all. That's why I never, like, even with my baby mom, I knew it wasn't that. I'm out, man. I'm out. Now, the bitch was mad because I didn't want to fuck. Why the fuck would I not want to be with you and still fucking you, nigga? That shit didn't make sense to me. You know, it didn't make sense to me, nigga. At that point, you know what I'm saying? When a nigga move out, nigga, why the fuck would I still be fucking you for what? Nah, we ain't doing that. Nah. Oh, nah. I had to pull a Master P on that bitch. Nah. We ain't doing that. That would be cheating myself, man. You know what I'm saying? And I found beauty in myself. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? But the one who's worthy, I'm saying all of that to say, I mean, because there's an underlying message here. You know what I'm saying? In terms of you being in your essence, knowing your purpose, and I mean, it's all part of the spirit expressing itself. And all of this is actually going to take you to your higher state of consciousness too. That's how a bitch add to you. She's taking you way out, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But Oprah would not be able to do it though. Get your money, Oprah. Get your money. There you go. You know what I'm saying? Be that inspiration. For who? I don't even know. For the feminist. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you gotta be careful out here, man. Don't let. I can't recall how is it said in the Bible. Don't let. Hey, this is the blind. Don't let the blind. That's the blind leading the blinds, man. That's a perfect depiction of the blinds leading the blinds. And that's what's been taking place. You can't get rid of gender role, man. You cannot. And I think, who was it? Chris Rock who was talking about that shit? Just because you can do something doesn't make it a good fucking idea. Just because, let's just say, can a woman raise a kid? Yeah, you can. But to raise a kid by yourself, it's not a good idea. Now, if the motherfucker's stupid, I mean, or, you know what I'm saying, I get it. But if you're doing it out of, out of fear, truly, but you're doing it through, you know what I'm saying, your tricks and the bullshit that you're fucking doing, or thinking maybe obviously, you know, you're not looking at the bigger picture here. Even, again, you can't get rid of that. And a lot of the toxic feminine, you know, they had there was not, like the masculinity was actually, they have no presence of a masculine energy around them. And you can, well, not everybody, but the effect of that's what we're looking at. And that goes vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Again, you cannot get rid of gender role. It's all around us. And it's also in different layers too. But anyway, I think I'm gonna leave it there. You know what I'm saying? The bottom line here is that you have to not only you have to experience your as a masculine, you got to experience your femininity to her, and vice versa. Is that you would have to trust it more, too. You have to trust it more than obviously than you. You know what I'm saying? And for you, and here's the other lesson here too. I mean the other point that I'm making here too, is that you gotta remain your feminine energy is your power. Just as my masculinity is my power. That's why to maintain that polarity, meaning for them to come together to become one, ironically, it doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying, it's by you fully being yourself and her fully being herself, and that's how the connection is made. The union is made. The marriage has taken place. The yoga, the orgy, the sex. And that's how it's actually taking place. And remain one. The minute it start to depolarize, that's when you guys are breaking up. That's when at this point, you know what? You used to do the certain shit that you used to do before. You're not doing that. Guess what? As a man, he's out there. There's another young lady doing that. Nigga, what do you think? Then now you're calling all men or dogs. Well, woof, nigga. That's because you don't understand. Like with, you know what I'm saying, with a lot of our grandmother, they understood the difference between men and women. I mean, between men and fucking women. They're not stupid. A lot of us, especially with the evolution, here's something else too. With the evolution of that femininity, unfortunately, which is toxic, or not necessarily toxic, but it has become toxic because it's not balanced. You could still do what you got to do, still get your money, and maintain your femininity. I can't recall who the fuck was she. I don't recall, but I was watching some. I don't think it was a documentary. I can't recall, but she was a CEO, and then she said, "When I get home, I cook for my man." Like, what? She's like, "Yeah, that's right." You know what I'm saying? When I'm at work, it's work. When I'm at home, it's a different scenario. Unless if you're going to have chefs or whatever the fuck it is. But cooking for your men, trust me, there's some shit to it. You know what I'm saying? Your grandma knows that. She's not that stupid, though. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of the pain actually comes from. You know, when we're looking at certain shit that we don't truly understand why they're taking place. Now, granted, you know, there's some fucked up shit that also took place, but it doesn't mean that, you know what I'm saying, it was all bullshit. Do you see what I'm saying? Let's just say your grandpa could have been a player or used to beat on your mom. That doesn't mean, do you see what I'm saying? Maybe it wasn't the best thing to do. I get that. But you can't just dismiss the motherfucker like, fuck, man, because of that. What? You see what I'm saying? It's total fear. You are totally closed off, not looking at it for what it is. I'm not saying they were right or you are wrong, but they were not that fucked up as you think they were. That's what I'm telling you. Because they understood, you know, the gender role. They also understood the difference between them and a fucking man. And by now, if you don't know you're different from a man, I don't know what to tell you. Or vice versa too. You know what I'm saying? And it's that different. In fact, that's how the yin and the yang is. We can only come together because we are different. When we are not different, that's when, you know, the tomboy now is not attractive to you because she's not different. I want something different than me. I want a soft hand to touch me, nigga. What's up? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, what the fuck? And again, even in gay relationship too, they activate that. That's what they showing you. They're showing that, yo, this shit is all around you. Just look around. It's not what you see, but it's how you're looking at it. How are you looking at it? Now, if you're looking at the bullshit, bam, 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 all right, that's where you at with it. To the pure, all is pure. To the lame, all is going to be lame. To the hater, hey, you already know. You know what I'm saying? If you're not pure, of course, everything's going to be, everything around you is going to be fucked up. I get it. It's just a perspective. That's why changing your thoughts is to change your life. But not thought and just of the act of thinking in itself, but we're talking about your perspective. Because that's pretty much, you know, where most of your thoughts are also coming from. That's why it's not about what you see, it's how you're looking at it. Even in poetry too, hip hop, it's not what you say, it's how you saying it. And that's the power of the words. But anyway, so just to conclude pretty much, you know, be different. Embrace your differences. And that's how you're going to come together. That's how the yin and the yang, they complement each other. And, you know, just like you cannot get rid of gender roles for any relationship to be successful, or meaning that they come together and stay together to maintain that polarity, the masculine and the feminine energy got to be fully activated. Fully activated at all times. And when that doesn't happen, you know, that's when, you know what I'm saying, you never see couples like, you know what I'm saying, or maybe married people, you sleep in one side of the house, the motherfucker sleeping somewhere. There's no polarity. There's no sexiness. Come on, man. You're going to be married with a motherfucker, you sleeping somewhere else, the motherfucker sleeping somewhere. I don't know. What kind of game you playing? Is that the ideal of getting married? I don't know. No wonder why I don't fucking want that shit. But anyway, we're definitely going to live it there. You know, I hope, you know what I'm saying, you definitely had a good time. You already know from me. You know what I'm saying? I got some more shit. Yo, check out the Patreon, become a Patreon member. And that's it, man. You know what I'm saying? Reach out if you have any questions. I also do consultations and, you know, 101 and shit like that, man. So holla at your boy. Haitien, Mali.